Welcome back to Linnets TV. Me, Sam Phillips, now I'm joined by Runcorn manager Brad Cooke. Brad, thanks for joining us.
No problem, mate.
The first taste of defeat for Runcorn this season in all competitions. A really scruffy goal to concede, but just really weren't at the races tonight.
No complaints. I think they was the better side by a long shot. Although I thought that we actually had the better chances second half. I thought football-wise, I thought there was miles better than us. That's what's really frustrated me tonight. We've got some really good footballers, and I felt we've gone within ourselves. We've set up in a shape initially to try and put pressure on them, and to do that you have to keep the ball. And I've never seen as many turnovers in that first 20 minutes as we did do tonight. So, yeah, frustrating, but can't grumble with the result. I thought they was the better side tonight, and yeah, we just move on.
Yeah, we always knew it was a tough place to go with the crowd behind them from the very first minute. We spoke briefly earlier today, and the real sort of impetus was to try and quiet them down. And the boys on the pitch sort of it got a little bit passive, and we let Berry just sort of take the game.
All about the first 10-15 minutes, like I say, we set up in a shape to try and unsettle them, and we didn't. We allowed them to grow into the game, and they grew into the game really well. And listen, they've got a lot of good footballers. They move the ball really well, and they've got great rotations, and they get up the pitch, and they're brave with what they do. They get the fullbacks on, and fair play to them, But yeah, listen, when you come to places like this, you've got to land a glove. We didn't land a glove at all in the first half. I think we had the free kick. I think that was about it. Second half, I thought we started much brighter. Although again we lacked when we got into the final third a few times. Had some great chances. And then we've nearly nicked a draw there, haven't we, with Brookie, which is a fantastic save by the goalkeeper. But yeah, it would have been unjust really if we would have got a point tonight. But what I would say is with that is that's the group that we've got. Although we weren't at the races quality wise, I can never question the work rate, the commitment, their endeavour, the willingness to go right to the end. So yeah, there's plenty of positives to take still from tonight. But yeah, the better side won.
Yeah, one thing that Runcorn have been really good at this season is attacking from down the two flanks, and I think with the fact that Gomez and Pye were so high, it really pushed our wingers back and sort of nullified anything we had on those flanks.
It did, and we've played Markel there at right full-back, who I thought was superb.
Yeah, definitely.
I thought he was superb, and we've done that, because obviously Joe's injured and stuff, but straight away you're lopsided, do you know what I mean? Because your full-backs are your outlet. I would have loved to have been braver with both full-backs, but we couldn't really do that tonight with what we had available on the pitch. But yeah, they're brave with the way that they play, and rightly so. They're a good side, and they've got a lot of good players. So you know what I mean. I'd be disappointed if I come here and I wouldn't say that they can move the ball and they won't be brave with it, and they are. But yeah, focus on ourselves. Like I said, a lot of lads underperformed tonight. But I can take that with a work rate because, like I said, it's a real honest group. We're so patched up. It's unbelievable how certain lads have got through. The amount that they've got through, and we've lost another couple again. It looks like we're just really struggling to find that fluidity, and I think you can see that in games as well. We're chopping and changing a lot. We're playing plays out of position. That's no excuses, by the way, but. Yeah, we almost look disjointed at times, and I think that's showed tonight.
Yeah, we got to patch up, get the bandages out, and go again on Saturday. How do we prep for that one now? It's been a real tough night tonight, and then we train now Thursday, and then a decent trip to Pickering on Saturday in a massive game for not only the team but the club.
Yeah, it's massive, and we. No matter what side we put out there, they're going to give you absolutely everything you've got, and that's all we can ask for, and we've got to be better than we were tonight. I know that the quality of opposition will be far superior tonight, and that's no disrespect to Pilkington, but that's a fact. But we've got to be miles better tonight. We've got to be better on the ball. We've got to be better when we get in the final third. And if we do that, we've got every chance to get through to the next round, which is ultimately everything we've got. We then roll into Tuesday night again, and I got sent the fixtures. You're almost. No, my eyes were bleeding when I looked at I think we've got 14 games between now and the end of October or something stupid like that, which is just, you get punished for success at this level of football, unfortunately. So yeah, it's going to be a long slog. But we've got a really honest group. We'll fight as much as we can, and we'll try and turn, performances into results. And when we've got a fan base like we had tonight again, and I thank every single one of them for coming down here, absolutely tremendous. Thanks for sticking with us. And yeah, we're going to have a lot of highs this season, so we've got to ride the lows. As much as tonight will probably feel like a low, we bounce back into Saturday and we'll be positive again.
Well, Brad, thanks for joining us, and we'll speak to you again on Saturday.
Cheers, mate.